How do we approach an objective viewpoint? That is the question for today. That is number 51 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. If you'd like to get a complete listing, an annotated listing of all of those for free, just click the link in the description and I will send that out to you. Also, if you want to brush up on your Tree of Life, before you watch these videos, just watch my video called Tree of Life Short Introduction. And that should get you up to speed enough to be able to follow along with all of these 144 different videos of different aspects of the Tree of Life. Welcome to my channel. My name is Thomas, and I do educational videos on many different topics, but to start out, we are working on the Tree of Life, and we do this because the tree is a foundational, it is been known as a mystical filing cabinet and also an ancient computer. And so it helps to be able to organize your thoughts and to organize large amounts of information coming in from other sources. So when we start studying other topics in this course, like the reciprocal system of theory, quantum arithmetic, sacred geometry, synergetic geometry, music theory, music appreciation, or I would guess, sound appreciation, I guess I would say, we'll have a place to put it in our memory, in our head, in our mind. So that's how the tree really works. You can see that the tree here is basically, it's a map of our consciousness. And each one of these different circles or spheres represents an aspect of our consciousness. And there are 12 of them, 1 through 10 plus 0 and the abyss here. And so we have 12 different aspects of consciousness. Now today, for number 51, we are talking about the 6th sphere. So the 6 spheres right here, right in the middle, crucial area here, connected to everything. And the 6th sphere represents our free will faculty. This is our ability, free will boils down to our ability to pay attention and our ability to make decisions. Generally, we find ourselves paying attention down to the lower part of the tree, to our comfort zone, the matrix, where these are all of the faculties of consciousness that we developed very early in life, kind of before we had any defenses. And so these are, they're low on the tree. They're far away from our spiritual development up here. So with our 6th sphere, our free will faculty, we make decisions. And the first decision that we need to make here is to avert our attention and pay attention up the tree instead of down the tree. So that's kind of how it boils down. We pay attention and we make decisions, but the first decision that we make is to turn around our attention, to put our attention on the upper part of the tree instead of the lower part of the tree. Okay, now when we fractalize the tree and move from the 12 aspects of the tree to the 144 minor aspects of the tree, what we basically do is we take the whole tree and we shrink it down, and then we apply it to each one of the 12 aspects, especially here, the 6th sphere. So when we take the whole tree and we put it on the 6th sphere, when we're talking about number 51, we're talking about the 8th fractal of the 6th sphere. So the 8th aspect of the 6th sphere. So the 8th fractal within the 6th sphere. And the 8th fractal corresponds to the consensus worldview, the powers that be. The human faculties are really our belief systems and our rational faculties. These are our concrete parts, where you take the whole and separate them into parts based on their concrete or their surface characteristics. And then it also, this is really where all our resources are located. This is where we gain status. This is, the public. This is the real world, and this is the public space. So once we start going to school, once we start going to church, once we leave the home and move out into the public, we're beset with the A-sphere and all of its expert opinion and the conventional wisdom. This is the realm of the A-sphere. Okay, so when we're talking about number 51, we're talking about this 8th sphere aspect being within this free will aspect. So that plays out in number 51 as it's called circumspection, or getting a grip. Stage 51 is about giving ourselves a higher reference point so that we can see different points of view. The consensus worldview is and has been for thousands of years produced and directed by the powers that be. Why trust them? Why accept what appears to be obvious from a low vantage point? Instead, rise up and turn around to see outside the cave of the mind and get a glimpse, a fresh perspective, a higher point of view. We'll find it's pretty bright, but we're not about to go blind. The powers that be make it illegal or improper to grasp a direct perspective, a view that is unobscured. But now we have gotten the chance to rise to a place where we can see what's happening more closely, more clearly. From here, we realize there are other ways to look at it than the shadows on the wall, the rationalizations the powers that be impose upon us. Contemplate our options here. Stand in the face of fear. Take off our blinders and get some perspective. Yes, there is still a lot we can't see. Sure, we're not at the very top, just a mini peek. But it's a much better view, a chance for a sneak peek. Now that we see it clearly, can we add it up? Getting a grip, we can rise way up high, way up high. Enjoy the 360-degree vistas. From up here, we can see around in all directions. We can see through the surface and examine the abstract, the form, the function, the interrelationship between things. Above the fray, thereby, we can develop empathy as things look quite different from up here. And now I can see your point of view. Eyes open, there will be some bitter pills to swallow, to come to grips with, like the scribble in the sky that certain airplanes apply. Is this a fringe conspiracy hoax, or completely obvious and self-evident right in front of your face? You decide, but get a good look first. Way down here on the ground, gazing at the cave wall, we can't get a foothold. But having a good, tight grip often makes all the difference. So, exalt, rise up, and at least try to be circumspect. Allow ourselves to embrace other ways to look at it. Get a grip by taking sneak peeks. from lofty peaks. All right, that is number 51. It's called circumspection, and that is the 8th fractal within the 6th sphere. And again, if you'd like a free copy of a list of all 144 fractal faculties, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you. Also, please press the like button, share the video with others, subscribe to the channel. You can as well donate to me directly through Cash App for future research and Venmo. Those are listed in the description. You can make constructive comments in the comment section, and stay tuned for future videos. I'll be rolling out number 52 on this list very shortly, so tune in, and otherwise have a beautiful day.